What's going on? My name's Ryan. I'm a C# developer, and in this video we're going to be talking about what a variable is. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you're either new to programming or you've programmed a little bit before and you're trying to get back into it. So to explain what a variable is, let's say that we have these three boxes that hold data, but these boxes really are just memory locations, and these locations have memory addresses. And these memory addresses we can give names such as width, height, and length. And within these boxes we have data 50, 32, and 8, and those correspond with the names width, height, and length. So let's jump over to a C# Online compiler. I'm going to use .NET Fiddle. You guys can go ahead and use this too if you'd like to follow along. But yeah, so let's look at what a variable looks like in code. So this program right here, all it's doing is writing out 1 to the console. So if I go ahead and run this, we'll see the output down here says 1. And we can go ahead and, for example, change this to 2, and it will change the output to 2 after we run it. So variables, they have to hold a certain data type. And in this example, we're going to be using the variable types int and string. An int is just an integer, and a string is a sequence of characters like a sentence. So to declare a variable, what we're going to do is first name its data type, and the first one we're going to make is an integer. So we say int, then we give it its name, like something like high score, and then we set it equal to something, some data value. Let's set it to 100. And now in this console write, we can go ahead and do high score instead of 2. And when we run this, it'll print out the data value 100. So now let's make a variable that has the string data type. First, give it its data type, give it its name. Let's call this one username. And then we're going to set it equal to its data value. And we're going to call this one cool guy. That's his username. So if we replace high score with username, we'll see now when we run it, we get the output cool guy. So these variables, they're just the boxes that we explained during the beginning of the video. So if I want to go ahead and do something with both of these variables, let's do something like, say the username colon space the high score. We can go username plus colon space plus high score. So this is using username and high score. When we run this, we'll see it has the username colon high score. For this example, we only use the data types int and string, but if we go over to C# data types, we'll see a whole list of the different type of data types that we can use. For example, a double, it's a double precision floating point type, which just means it's an integer with a decimal point. So this reserved word is the word that you're going to type when you're declaring the variable data type, and then the range is going to be what that data type holds. For example, integer holds the numbers within this entire range, but a byte holds numbers within this range, 0 to 255. So I'll go ahead and post this so it's a little bit bigger for you guys, and you can go ahead and take a look for yourself. So let's say after looking at this list that we want to declare a variable with the data type byte. We know that the range that variable holds will be 0 to 255. So let's go ahead and declare the data type byte, and our name will be something simple like our byte equals a number between 0 and 255. So let's do 150, and let's print that out and see what it looks like. There it is, 150. So let's go ahead and try to do something outside of that range and see what happens. 256, because the range is from 0 to 255, it shouldn't be able to hold this number 256. And we'll see we got a compiler error. 256 cannot be converted to a byte, because we know byte only holds 0 to 255. So this would need to be an int. And if we run that, we get 256. Let's go ahead and review the syntax for declaring a variable. The first part is the data type. The second part is the name. Then the equal sign. And then you've got the data value. We can also set one variable to the value of two variables using operators. So let's make a variable called first. It'll be an integer. First equals 100. And then let's make another one called second. This one will be 150. And then let's make a third one called third, and this will be first plus second. And if we write out third, we'll see what happens. The value is 250 because it's first plus second. And there's a list of operator types. I'm not going to go over them right now. But if you look them up, there is a list of them. So that about wraps up what a variable is. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.